Thank you for joining me on episode number 9 of my Body Positivity series. This first posture is a beautiful and easy back bend and very easy to set up and easy on the body physically. It can soothe your heart when you're not feeling in the best of spirits, as it opens the front body and the heart chakra. The most important thing to note is the placement of 2 bolsters. On your mat, cross the bolsters at the middle to make a plus sign. Then keep a padding of a blanket for your neck. Now, as your back is facing these bolsters, sit on it and then slowly lie back. On top, parallel to your spine is the bolster and bottom is parallel to your outstretched arms. As your hips should be at the highest point of your body, also make sure that you drape your shoulders over the top end of the vertical bolster, keeping your arms in a U shape or spread out in a T shape. Rest your head on the floor or support it with a blanket. You can hold this pose for 5 minutes and understand what to do with your feet as well. Your feet tend to flop out, but try and keep them together. Hold them together with your toes facing the ceiling. And in case you feel that is a bit of a challenge or your hip is aching because of that, then what you can do is create this formation closer to a wall and dig your heels into the wall so that you can use that as a support to keep your toes aligned and facing upwards. You could also strap yourself up and use that as an option. But it's important to understand that the deep relaxation that you're facing is because the hip is higher than your head and the mind tends to slow down. Holding the pose for a good 5 to 6 minutes. If you would like to increase it, feel comfortable. You breathe in and exhale into the belly, softening it. You breathe into your right and left rib cage. You exhale your facial muscles and relax them. And you enjoy the breath reaching out to all corners of the body. To come out of this pose, slide yourself toward your feet until your bottom is off the bolster and on the floor. Bend your knees and then sit up. It's important you don't jerk yourself out of this posture. And then keep your eyes closed and enjoy the vibrations in the entire body. The next posture would need you to have a bolster at hand and a belt. And I prefer a nice long belt for this one, but you could use a shorter one as well. Let's show you how to use the strap first, or the yoga belt. So, very clear instructions. You plant that belt at the edge of the rib cage and then loop them across your shoulders. Most importantly, try and bring that strap into the body and onto your traps or trapezius, and instead of having it closer to the edge of your shoulder, more towards your neck or the nape of the neck. Then the belt has to go crossing over your back, and then you should be able to hold on to that strap on the side as well. Now, once you get the strap around your body, you see what it's going to do and how it's going to correct your posture. So if you have a shut chest or a hunched back because of the use of the computer or the iPhone, then this particular posture or this particular use of a strap can really help align the spine. So once I pull or tug onto that strap, the traps are going to come down, rolling back and downwards, and your chest is going to open up nicely and your collarbones are going to widen up. This action has to be held for you to feel a nice strength in the upper back. So let's hold this for a little while. And as you exhale, most importantly, keep your rib cage into the body, your navel coming closer to the spine. Smooth, soft inhalations, deep, long exhalations. Keep that traction of the belt moving downwards. Feel a nice length in the upper chest. The sternum bone or the breastbone gets nicely lifted. And breathe gently. And once you feel that you've understood what we've done with the strap, keep that yoga belt right there. And let's move on to the main asana. You'll need a bolster for this. The bolster has to be placed between the ribs and the hip points. So you plant your body accordingly. Reach through the toes and feel a nice length through the legs and keep your legs really active. And the back of your feet have to be nice and strong, moving into the earth. Now, gently pull on the straps to widen the chest and lift that sternum or chest bone up. Keeping the entire action of the upper body and the lower body, you hold it and feel the breath reaching your chest and the side rib cage. Most importantly, the duration should be nothing less than a minute. Keep focusing on the breath that's entering and exiting your nostrils as well. Holding and breathing into this beautiful back bend, which is so well assisted and supported that you can hold it for much longer and allow the benefits to penetrate into the body. Once you're comfortable and you're ready to come out of this posture, you have to just leave the strap and gently put your head down and rest there for a few minutes. We're now ready for posture number 3. For the next posture, get comfortable and sit on a padded blanket. Those sitting bones need to be grounded well into the earth and your spine needs to be nice and tall. From a cross-legged posture, you open both your legs out and then plant the skin between your heel and your ankle onto the brick. So I've used 2 bricks as a height, particularly for this variation. And this beautiful variation of Paschimottanasana or a seated forward bend will help lengthen that hamstring beautifully. So to feel that length, we've kept that height under your feet. Once you get the beginning posture, the foundation correct, we will start with using a belt. So you plant that belt on the soles of the feet and hold it closest to your feet so that you get a nice forward fold with the help of this belt and the traction that it gives you to move forward. But what you have to note in this particular variation is that we're not trying to round our back in this. We're trying to lengthen our spine right through the tailbone up till our neck. So keep your chest open, draw your navel in as you exhale and lengthen through the spine and hold the posture as you inhale and exhale. We're going to breathe into it and feel a nice length right from the sitting bones to your heels. All the nerves getting nicely nourished. Breathing and exhaling into this and pulling the navel in to move you a little forward is the trick here. So synchronize your belly and the breathing here. As you soften your stomach and hold for a while. Now let's leave the strap and move into another variation. Hold on to your toes with your fingers. Maybe your index finger and the one after that. Once you get a hold of that, you just hold the toes or the thumbs of your feet. Gently move your elbows into the body, bend them. I then can drop my neck, and this time we're going to try and come closer to our legs. My chest coming closer to my thighs. With each exhalation, I'm bringing the navel in or the abdomen in so that I get space to move down. Allowing myself to relax in this yin posture for a good minute or so. As you breathe in this particular one, allow the back to curve. Allow all the neck muscles to relax. And don't try and touch your head to your knees. Just allow yourself to curl into a position where there's no strength being used to hold on. Keep breathing, enjoying the melt down into the seated forward fold. And if you want to come back, then make sure you don't jerk out of the posture. Gently walk back and come back in the center. And bring your legs off the bricks, staying in it in Dandasana for a few seconds. You're now ready for the next one. As you move into your final relaxation with all the forward folding, we're going to now relax the upper back as well. So you need 2 bricks for your final relaxation. The bricks are aligned in a T formation. So you use the less wider side vertically and then the wider side horizontally to support your head. And the important formation of the bricks is that's going to help get that nice lift in the variation of Matsyasana or the fish pose. You have to come back and lie back on those bricks with the edge of your ribs at the edge of the brick, and then move gently with your head resting on the brick behind. Then try and move the skin of the shoulder blades into the body and completely open the chest, widening your collarbones and opening your arms up. This beautiful lift in the chest is going to be amazing if you can help some prana reach there. So allow your breath to reach there. Some nice deep inhalations and exhalations. And your legs can be relaxed in any comfortable cross-legged variation for a bit. So allow yourself to be in it maybe for a minute. But if you feel your hip can't take it, then you can straighten your legs as well. If you feel you want to do both, that's perfectly fine. So stay in the first variation of your legs with your legs crossed for about a minute, and then you can lengthen your legs for another minute or 2 as well. The trick in a restful position is to increase the duration. So do take these timings as a beginner's timings and advance or challenge yourself for even restful positions with longer holds. The idea would be that it would have such deep relaxation, allowing you to let go completely, resting your mind fully, that I urge you to try 3 to 5 minutes for the last final posture always. Breathe slowly, breathe deep, and as you're mindful of what you've done with your body, I'm so glad you've joined me on this episode, and I look forward to helping you in the next one. For regular video updates, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and of course press the bell icon. You could also follow me on my Instagram and Facebook handles. And do remember, this is real yoga for real people.